Good morning and welcome back to Palmasola here as we start another week in the FGCL with a little midweek action before a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday series for all these teams. Glad that you're here with us at Field 1. Gray Robertson acting alone, official scorer, broadcaster, and basically everything else. Guiding you through this matchup between the Lakewood Ranch Rodeo and the CSDK Phinz. And here's the first pitch. Misses for ball one. Rodeo 7-5 on the summer. Phinz 3-8 here in the FGCL. Give the starting lineup for the Rodeo momentarily. So that's fouled off by Carly Penner. For the Rodeo, Penner leads off. She's a left fielder. Cash Herber's playing second, batting second. Daniela Monaco, the center fielder, is batting third, with Grace Taylor, the shortstop, cleaning up. 2-1. Batting fifth is the DP Sierra Diaz. Pitcher Sadie Armstrong hits sixth. Lana Velazquez, the catcher's in the seventh spot. Gabby Mercado's playing third, hitting eighth. Lana Ross is the right fielder, batting ninth. And Hope Jordan, the first baseman, is turning it over in the 10 spot, and they're facing in the circle. The righty for the Phinz, Grace Harris, a 6.78 ERA this summer, 1-2 record. And there's the walk. Put a runner on. For Harris, 21 2/3 innings, 36 hits, 21 runs, all have been earned, 10 walks and 7 strikeouts. Now Cash Herber out of Northwestern State. Chose bunt, takes it for a called strike. Cash, also coincidentally the name of my puppy. Puppy love is a storyline. We'll talk about that later on. There are a lot of dogs happening here, which is fun. Runner goes. It was a ball. Good throw, but a little late. 1-1. Another miss. 3-1. So anyway, back to Herber's line. 3 of 22, 136 average. 2 doubles, 5 runs. She has walked 11 times. Trying to get the magic number 12. Instead, it's fouled off. Full count. Foul. Here's the defense for the Phinz. Braden's out in left, Jackin in center, Whitted in right, Taylor at third, Palante at short, Sanchez at second, Franzen at first, and Ford behind the plate. As Cash Herber loops that out to right, catch is made, and the newest UCF Knight, Carly Penner, will stay where she is. One down. Which will bring up Daniela Monaco out of Mercer. Daniela hitting .231, 6 of 26, with 3 RBIs, a homer, a double, and 6 runs. Foul ball. Monaco out towards right center. This will be caught. Pinner will tag up and glide over to third. 2 outs. And the first pitch is lined over to short, and that'll end the inning. So a runner left stranded at third by the Rodeo, and we go to the bottom of the first here on field 1. Here's the starting lineup for the Siesta Key Phinz as they enter with a 3-8 record on the summer. Currently trying to stay ahead of the Sarasota Circus, which upset the Aquanauts earlier today over at Bradenton Christian School. We've had to do some juggling. We appreciate all of your patience as we've dealt with that. Amari Braden will lead off, the left fielder. Mariah Sanchez is at second base hitting second. Jesse Taylor, the third baseman, bats third. And here's the first pitch from Sadie Armstrong. It's a called strike. Madison Ford, the catcher, bats fourth. Lily Palante is at short hitting fifth. Faith Whitted out and right bats sixth. Batting seventh, Michaela Franzen, the first baseman. Abby Sars is the DP hitting eighth. And Tanis Jack, the center fielder, is batting ninth. Sadie Armstrong out to work in the circle. 0-2 to Amari Braden, misses 1-2. Sadie this summer with an 8.31 ERA and 0-1 record. 16 innings of work so far. She's given up 24 hits, 25 runs, 19 earned, 14 walks, and 17 strikeouts. The Longwood Lancer. Facing a Pittsburgh Panther, Amari Braden. 3-2. Braden is 9 of 31 for a .290 batting average with 5 RBIs, a homer, 2 doubles, and 10 runs. .436 on base percentage for Amari. who's also got 8 stolen bases this summer, one of the top in the league. Here's ball 4, and Braden draws the walk. Defense for the Rodeo looks like this. Penner in left, Monaco in center, Ross in right. Over at third is Mercado, Taylor at short, Herbert at second, Jordan at first, and Velazquez behind the plate. Mariah Sanchez takes ball 1 as Braden was able to sneak over to second. Now Mickey Dean is going to chat with Sanchez. Mariah, another Mercer Bear. A couple of those in this field here at the FGCL. 304 batting average, 7 of 23 with 5 RBIs, 7 runs scored. She's doubled twice. She has also walked a bunch, 7 times for a 500 on base percentage. Here's a strike, 1-1. Braden was going. A 2-1 count. And Sanchez is going to drive in Braden all the way to the fence. She's thinking 3. The throw to third will get away, and Sanchez pops up after the RBI triple, 1-0 Phinz. So Sanchez stands over at third, and Jesse Taylor takes ball 1. Taylor also a Mercer Bear. 258 average this summer with 5 RBIs. Eight of 31, 3 doubles, 9 runs scored for Taylor, 361 OBP. Sadie Armstrong trying to work through this inning. That's foul. Here's the head coach for the Phinz, Mickey Dean, the Hall of Famer, over in the third base coaching box. This is over to short, catch made for the first out. Called strike. 0-1 on Madison Ford out of Campbell. Ford will show bunt and bunt it foul. Ford hitting .308, 8 of 26, 8 RBIs, a homer, 2 doubles, 6 runs, 7 walks, .429 on base percentage. Armstrong's got her 0-2. Normally I would ask you all to tweet in, and we do appreciate everybody watching. But, you know, since I'm also official scoring, I just don't know if I have, frankly, the cell phone bandwidth to also track your tweets. So just know that I appreciate you, and we'll leave it at that. Got her. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Armstrong. 2 away. So Armstrong about to get out of this. Now she's got to fight the incoming freshman going to Virginia Tech, Lily Palante. First pitch low. Change misses high, 2-0. On the ground and through the middle. Palante is going to drive in a run. Her 4th RBI of the summer. 2-0 Phinz. Just a good piece of hitting by Palante. Which brings up Faith Whitted. Called strike. Faith out of Walters State. Bunts it. It's down. The throw to first is just in time. Inning over. I like the idea. But that does indeed end the inning. 2-0 Phinz as we go to the second here on Field 1. It's on the ground over to the new shortstop Sanchez, and there's first out of the inning here in the second. Phinz are doing crazy defensive changes, so I had to input those as the official scorer, but I had to do it without anyone telling me. So we move right along. After the ground out from Taylor, beg your pardon, from Diaz. Now Sadie Armstrong trying to help herself out. Armstrong is starting to really get the power game going. 5 of 15 with 10 RBIs to lead the team. 3 homers, a double, 4 runs. And she sends that out to center field. Braden's going to back up. It won't matter. There is home run number 4 here this summer for Sadie Armstrong, and it's 2-1 Phinz. Man, she is swinging it brilliantly right now. Now send up Elena Velasquez out of Northern Illinois. Velasquez, 8 of 27 and 296 average. 2 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 5 runs. Grace Harris still working in the circle. Ground ball to third, off the foot. It'll be foul. Another foul ball. And that's rifled through out to center field. Rodeo follows up the home run with a base hit. So Diaz will run at first. There's Gabby Mercado out of Seton Hall. She'll take a first pitch strike. Mercado 4 of 27, 3 RBIs, a double, 5 runs here this summer. Mercado to short, and that's a double play turned by Sanchez. She was shaded perfectly, and that'll end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the second. 2-1 Phinz over the Rodeo. It's the bottom of the Phinz order. Franzen, Sars, and Jackin. Armstrong back to pitch. And a first pitch ball to Michaela Franzen out of Walter State. Michaela, 5 of 18, 278 average with 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, 3 runs. She has walked 6 times. Takes a called strike there, 1-1. Fair ball down the first base line. Ross came up throwing. That's a leadoff single. And Franzen stands at first for Abby Sars. Incoming freshman going to play at Virginia Tech. There's a strike, 1-1. Now the 1-2. Sars takes it 2-2. Abby 1 of 17 this summer with 5 walks, 2 runs scored, 273 OBP. Now the payoff. Called strike 3. Runner goes, and she's safe. So Franzen in scoring position for the 9-hitter Tanis Jackin. And she'll take strike one. The member of Boston College, 2 of 7 this summer with a run scored, 375 OBP. That's bunted foul. That one got a hold of Velazquez as Ellie Lindham's going to come and check on her catcher. Rodeo trying to move up even further in the FGCL standings. Jackin steps back in. That falls foul. Velazquez not happy that that one got between her and Mercado. Over to short, and that should be runner interference. Yeah, that's... So, 2 outs, runner on second. Boy, that was a monster to put in the scoring app. So, I agree with the call. There was definitely a collision. That was offensive interference. It impeded the ability to make the play. So, Jackin is now at first. And 0-1 count on Braden. 2 outs, bottom of the second, 2-1 Phinz. Runner goes, good throw, they got her. A dramatic inning comes to a close, and we go to the third, 2-1 Phinz. All right, we go to the third, and Atlanta Ross will lead off for the rodeo. It's 9-10-1, Ross, Jordan, and Penner. What? Oh, okay. That's this. All right, we're earmuffing, so we're gonna challenge it over at first base. So after review, she is officially out, and that'll end the inning. So a good throw from over a third by Taylor. We'll have to undo it on the score thing, so it made life harder for myself, but that's okay. Let's go at the bottom of the third, all tied up at 2. First pitch misses high to Mari Braden. All right, score thing is all set. Top of the order due up. It's Braden, Sanchez, and Taylor. Mari Braden lays down a bunt, and she avoided it. The throw to first will not be in time. Did Allie? You want to look at it, Allie? Okay. All right, we have another challenge. Please hold. So after review, there is nothing indisputable that told me that it hit her. There might have been something at the very beginning, but might is not how we do this, and it was just too hard to tell. So Braden reaches on the bunt single, and in steps Mariah Sanchez. First pitch outside for ball one. Mariah Sanchez 1 for 1 in this game. And the question will be when, not if, Amari Braden will take off. She's already stolen 2 bases in this game. She was waiting on the change. There she goes, and she's safe. It was a strike to Mariah Sanchez. 2-1 count. Three and one. And there's ball 4. Braden holds. First and second, nobody out. So now Paige Vukadinovich is going to hit Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket instead of Jesse Taylor. It'll be one of the team leaders and RBIs. The team leader. She's the only one in double digits. Hitting .444, 16 of 36 with 11 ribbies. And she's ahead 2-0. So Mickey Dean clearly sees the potential for this moment here. Bringing in Vukadinovic, who did not get the start today, although has played in the field. Three and out. There's ball 4. They are loaded up. Siesta Phinz swimming towards a big number here in this inning. Still nobody out. Madison Ford is 0 for 1. Now the first pitch to Ford. Just outside. 1-0. Armstrong now well over 50 pitches. This will be her 54th. Change high, 2-0. There's a strike, 2-1. Ford to left. That is down and fair. 1 run will score. Here comes the second. Vukadinovic rounds third. She'll come home and get there safely. Bases clearing double for Madison Ford, and the Phinz are in business with a 3-run lead in the third. So Alexis Morgan now will come in and hit. Going to ECU after transferring over from UCF. Bunted and missed. Morgan, 13 of 36, 6 RBIs, 2 doubles, 8 runs here this summer. 439 on base percentage. Now Armstrong calls time. It's in the dirt, not far enough to allow much movement. One and two. And a called strike 3. Look at Armstrong. Sitting down Alexis Morgan. And now Sam Albert will hit. Albert 0 for 2. Bit of a late addition here this summer. Is working with a 600 on base percentage. Not too shabby. Ball one. Over to second. Ford holds at third. 2 down. And up steps Michaela Franzen. Franzen 1 for 1 today, but she'll take a called strike to start. 0-1. Fouled off. 1-2. Two and two. Franzen from Walter State. Back to the circle. It'll be Armstrong. She'll do the trot and get the out. Side retired. We go to the fourth. Phinz up 5-2. Grace Taylor will start things off for the rodeo here in the fourth. It's 4-5-6. Taylor, Diaz, and Armstrong facing Harris in the circle, who's been all right so far. 3 innings of work, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. It's more or less limited the damage, but some damage on the first pitch of the inning. That's off the light pole. And an immediate answer for the rodeo and Grace Taylor. First homer of the summer, it's 5-3. Sixth RBI for Taylor. Now Harris has got to regroup. Man, 3 solo home runs for the rodeo in this ballgame. First pitch out to left. That'll drop. Sierra Diaz now 1 for 2. And just like that, here's the tying run. It's Sadie Armstrong, who's already hit it over the fence once. Armstrong, blooper. That's down and left. Braden slipped. But 3 straight swings, a homer and 2 singles. And Monaco will come and run for Armstrong. Now it looks like a change is coming in the circle. Braden is going to pitch. This is going to take a minute as a new scorer, so give me a sec. Braden's coming in the circle. All right, the new pitcher for the Phinz is the lefty from Pittsburgh, Amari Braden. Braden this summer. An 8.47 ERA, 2-2 record, 19 innings, 26 hits, 27 runs, 23 earned, 29 walks, and 8 strikeouts for Braden. Vukadinovich in center, Jackin in left. Harris, 3 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk and a strikeout. She is responsible for the runner over at first. 46 pitches for Harris. And Alana Velazquez will be the first batter that will face Amari Braden. Velazquez singled her first time up. That's foul. Braden's ready. Here's the 0-1. 0-2. I got all the way back. Both runners will move up. Now Sars will go have a word with Braden. Two and two. That gets past SARS, and now Diaz is in trouble. And there's the tag out. No double play. Boy, that would have been a lot. So 2-2. And Monaco at second base, one out. Number 2-2. Foul ball. Watch out. Bottom four. All right, some defensive changes for the Rodeo. Scheibert now in left, Penner in center, Monaco in right. Ross, Taylor, Diaz, DeLong on the infield with Jordan now catching Armstrong. And a first pitch goes high and away to Abby Sars for ball one. 5-3 Phinz, bottom four. It's 8-9-1, Sars, Jack, and Braden. And Armstrong about to throw pitch number 70 here in this game. There's a strike, 2-1. In the air towards left center, a long run. Penner couldn't find it. Sars digs for two. She's safe there. Leadoff double for the Phinz here in the fourth. And up comes Tanis Jackin, who's 1 for 1 with a single. 1-0. Good job by Jordan working back there. Not letting that escape and give Sars a free pass to third. That's the first official statistical base, or I should say extra base hit for Sars this summer. She did have a home run in a game that was not finished. We hope to conclude it at some point. She went there. 2-1. Now runner at third. 3-1 on Jackin. Trying to turn it over to Braden, who awaits on deck. Ball four. They're on the corners for the Phinz. And you got Braden 1 for 1. Jackin will take off. Mm. 1-1. I like that pitch from Armstrong. Just didn't get a bite. The 3-1 to Braden. That's outside. Base is loaded. Nobody out. And Mariah Sanchez, who's 1 for 1. Back up the middle. Chance for 2. There's 1. No double play. Jackin was trying for home. Now she's in a rundown. She's safe at the plate. And that's going to be a lot of fun to put in the scorebook. So give me just a moment. All right, 7-3. 2 runs in. Runner at second. 1 out. Oh, great. Ice cream guy's back. Paige Vukadinovich, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket, fouls that one off. Walked her first time up. Two and 1. Armstrong has done her best, but the Phinz have put constant pressure on her. Walks haven't helped, but extra bases, big hits and big moments. Phinz offense has just kind of been doing what they do, especially when they're clicking on all cylinders. Slow roller to second base. The throw is in time, and sliding home is Sanchez, who never stopped. 8-3 Phinz. So base is clear, 2 out for Madison Ford. She's 1 for 2. A 3 RBI double her last time up for the Campbell Camel. Now 1 and 2. Two and 2. Outside, full count. Armstrong now nearing 100 pitches here in 3 2/3. Phinz have just made it really have to work. A lot of hits, a lot of walks. Both teams with 7 hits, but the Phinz have just made the most of theirs. That foul ball just reminded me I need to go move my car. It's parked way too dangerously. I guess we're in it now. Can't leave during this game. Ford out towards center field. Gave it a ride, but that'll end the inning. So we'll see if the Rodeo can answer as we go to the fifth. 8-3 Phinz here on field one. Ten 1-2 for the Rodeo, down by 5. Hope Jordan will start things off, and then back to the top with Penner and Herber waiting in the wings against Amari Braden. First pitch foul by Jordan. Up the middle to short. The throw from Palante is in time for the first out. And a first pitch strike to Carly Penner. 0 for 1 in this ball game. Pinner. That one had eyes right through the 5-6 hole. And a base runner for the Rodeo. As the ice cream man, that is just right at our window. And it is a lot. Cash Herber. Called strike. Cash is 1 for 2. Pinner takes off. The throw is wide. There's a lot of traffic up the middle. Now 1 and 2. Called strike 3. Braden gets Herber looking for the second out of the inning. And Amari grabs strikeout number 2. Alana Roush is going to hit. And she'll take ball 1. Roush was at Florida Gulf Coast. Entered the portal and getting her first AB of the summer. Now 2-0. Three and out. There's ball 4. All right, I think I've got it all. So, Cash Herber now running at first. And Lily Shivert will hit. It was a hit and run out to right field. Herber is off to third. A run will score, and Shivert has a first pitch RBI. Now Sierra Diaz, 1 for 2 games so far. First pitch high. 8-4 Phinz. Rodeo still hanging around. Runner goes. The throw is going to get her. That's the third out. Inning over. Schreiber is caught stealing, and so ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Phinz will look to get it back, and maybe a little bit more. Alexis Morgan will lead off the bottom of the fifth for the Phinz, up by 4 runs. Powers hit the deck. She's the new pitcher, and Morgan's going to reach on a bunt single. I got out of the box call as they check on the new pitcher, Powers. So it'll be a strike, assuming that the Rodeo take the result of the play. Yeah, she was massively out of the box, so that's the right call. The new pitcher for the Rodeo is Powers. It's all the chaos. Boy, my first game officially scoring on Game Changer, and I've seen about everything that can possibly happen. Powers at 3.18 ERA this summer, 22 innings, a 3-1 record, 25 hits, 12 runs, 10 earned, 9 walks, and 18 strikeouts. Now an 0-1 count on Morgan. Slapped over to second base. There's the flip from Herber for the first out. He's out of the box again, apparently. Powers in for Sadie Armstrong, who went 4 innings, 7 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Ball 1 to Sam Albert, who's 0 for 1 today. Albert to left. That'll fall for a base hit. Certainly did not get all of it. But it counts all the same, and Franzen, who's 1 for 2, will step in. Ball one to Franzen. Two and out. Another one. Just kind of a jam job out to left. These are not hard hit, but they're doing the job. Now first and second, one out. Abby Sars is 1 for 2 with a double. This one is popped up. Powers is calling. 2 down. And here's Tanashakin, 1 for 1. Has been aboard twice with a walk as well. This is popped up. Powers is going to take it again. Side retired. So a good job by Avery Powers, the incoming freshman, going to Bucknell to end the inning. And we're through 5. 8-4, Rodeo trailing against the Phinz. Top of the 6th, Rodeo down by 4. Mari Braden trying to wrap it up. Rodeo up 5, 6, 7. Diaz, Armstrong, and Velazquez. A lot of home runs for the Rodeo. Elena Ross has one in this game. Armstrong has one. Sierra Diaz is 1 for 2. coming up at some point, once we're done here, it'll be squeeze against the Impact. Unclear when that'll be. It'll be once all this is over. Diaz, this one will fall him right. Just fell right in front of Morgan, right over the head of Franzen. Lead off aboard for the Rodeo here in the 6th. And now Sadie Armstrong is 2 for 2, including a home run. Up in the ante big time. Quickly becoming the leading bat for the Rodeo here this summer. First pitch foul. Armstrong will sneak it past Sanchez over at short. 3 for 3 day for Sadie Armstrong. Defensive changes again for the Phinz. Jackin in left, Vukadinovich in center, Morgan in right. Taylor's over at third now with Sanchez at short, Franzen at second, Albert at first, Sars behind the plate. And Alana Velazquez, who's 1 for 1. We'll try and get the tying run to the plate for the Rodeo here in the 6th. Chase there, 0-1. Phinz have been in control this entire time, but it's not like the Rodeo doesn't have a shot. They've been within striking distance for the majority of the game. Another base hit. Let's see if they hold Diaz. It got by Vukadinovich. That scores a pair of runs. It's 8-6. So now in the 8th spot with a runner on second and nobody out. Randy DeLong. Will take ball 1. DeLong had a big home run the other day. She's got 8 RBIs this summer, hitting .242, 8 of 33. 1 homer, 1 double, 3 runs, 6 walks, so a .359 on-base percentage. Tying run at the plate for the Rodeo. DeLong got all kinds of tossed up there, 2-0. Walter State Community College product Randy DeLong. Two and one. Braden just looking for an out, any out here in the 6th. Kind of stop this snowball from progressing even further. 3-1. Back to the circle. Braden's got it. She'll make the play at first. There's the first out, but the runner does move. Now Elena Ross. That's popped up. Please don't hit my carp. Okay. 0-1. To short. This will score a run. It's 8-7 Phinz, but an RBI ground out for Ross. Bases clear, 2 down for Hope Jordan, who's 0 for 2. First pitch high. Now this one's going to have eyes too. Base hit for Jordan. Tying run on base. Man, that just found the one spot basically nobody could get to. Now let's see who's running. Is that Monaco? Believe so. Carly Penner back to the top of the order. She'll take ball 1. On the ground to short. There's the force. There's the inning. Rodeo claw back within 1. Phinz will look for insurance in the bottom of the 6th when we come back. All right, defensive changes are in. Called strike one to Braden, and now ball one. So the count on the screen was right. No Stragramus, I guess. Scheibert is in right. Penner's in center. Monaco is in left. Ross is now at first, and Mercado, I should say, is over at third. Diaz at short. 1-1 to Braden. She's 1 for 1. She's been on a bunch today. Three and one. Phinz lead it by a run. They pretty much led the entire way. Madison Ford had that 3 RBI double a little bit earlier to take a 5-2 lead. They led at 1.83. But now the Rodeo hanging around. This will be a pop out to short. It'll also be 2-3-4, so the heart of the order for the Rodeo. As Sanchez, 1 for 2, steps in. Mariah Sanchez, the Mercer Bear. Trying to get something started here in the bottom of the 6th. That might do the job. It was a bad first step by Monaco. And Jesse Taylor will come back in to hit. With the runner at first, she's 0 for 1 today. Runner goes. The throw's late. Stolen base for Sanchez. Now Taylor sends this out to right. It's a long run for Shiver, but she makes the catch. Now 2 outs for Madison Ford, who's already driven in 3 today. Part of a 1 for 3 ball game. Breeze picking up just a little bit. Somehow we've avoided rain. Ford sends that into the people, 1-1. Over to third. Good recovery by Mercado, and that's the inning. To the top of the 7th, the Phinz lead it by a run, 3 outs away from a win, but the Rodeo will bring up 2-3-4 when we come back. First pitch ball, and off we go with Cash Herber. It's Herber, Roush, and Shivert. Now 1-2. The 1-2 misses, 2-2. Producer Gracie's here after the action finished. We had 2 games over at Bradenton Christian School. Oh, knees buckled, called strike 3. To quote Erica Beach, take a shower. That was dirty. 1 down. 8-7 Phinz over the Rodeo, and now Elena Roush, who walked earlier, will face Braden. So, on the other field, the Circus run ruled the Aquanauts, and then in the next game, what happened, Producer Gracie?
The Queens were winning 1-0, and then the Mocs came back and tied it, and then the Queens ripped away in the second. 5-1.
Wow. So the Queens win to move to 10-3.
Wait, it might have been 5-3.
Roush shot through the middle, base hit. There's the tying run. She's standing at first base. And Herber is going to come and run. So that worked out. Then you got the speedy Herber, who's probably going to take off at some point. And Lily Shivert, who's 1 for 1, will attempt to tie up this ball game. No movement. Shivert powers that to center field. Shivert has a 2-run homer. Lily Shivert with her 2nd bomb of the summer. And in the top of the 7th, the Rodeo will grab a 1-run lead. Wow. Down to their final 2 outs. And now the Phinz have to think ahead. No, the middle of the order due up in the bottom of the 7th. Diaz, who's 2 for 3. That's bobbled at second base, but recovered by Franzen for the 2nd out. Lily Shivert with 8 RBIs now on the summer. Beg your pardon, 9 RBIs. She's got 3 today. First pitch ball to Sammy Armstrong. Speaking of hot, Sadie 3 for 3, including that home run earlier. Two and 0. So a lot to do before Squeeze Impact coming up. We got to get producer Gracie settled. Got to get lineups. I have to move my car. My car could not be in a more dangerous position right now to get destroyed by a foul ball. So that's something that will occur. In fact, Armstrong, opposite way, off the top of the fence. That's not a home run. It's a double. I think I think Mercado thought it was gone. It wasn't. It's a double. It is a 4-for-4 game. On a 3-0 count. And now they're going to run for Armstrong. Out comes Mercado. Man, I thought Sadie'd left the building again. Instead, ball one to Velazquez, who's 2 for 2. Just a lot of base runners today. 9 runs on 16 hits for the Rodeo. They have been just on base constantly. Out to right, down for Velazquez. She's 3 for 3. Monaco's going to come on home. And it's an RBI single. 10-8 Rodeo. I believe that's Monaco running it first. Randy DeLong 0 for 1. Weird hopper over to second base. Franzen can't field it. And that'll be an error. Two on, 2 out. Now Atlanta Ross is 1 for 3. That one was a home run. Braden really doing everything she can to try and get out of this inning. That pitch will help, 1-1. Lofted out to left field. Long run for Jackin, but she'll make the grab and retire the side. But the Phinz go from being 3 outs away from a win to now 3 outs and 2 runs that they have to make up. 10-8 Rodeo going to the bottom of the 7th here on field 1. All right. Bottom 7, Phinz. With the middle of the order due up, Palante is going to re-enter and hit. It's Palante, Whitted, and Franzen. Defense for the Rodeo has changed again, and we'll tell you about it after this first pitch to Lily Palante. 1-for-1, fouled off. Outfield left to right, Ross, Monaco, Shivert. Infield, Mercado at third, Herbert at short, Taylor at second, and DeLong at first. Jordan behind the plate. And Avery Powers back out looking to pick up the win. Now time called. Palante had an RBI single way back early in this ball game. I want to say publicly for all those tuning in, y'all have no idea how much Gracie and Sarah Beth do during games and how hard it is to score these games when no one tells you anything. So Gracie, I appreciate you. Palante fouls that off. Still ball and 2 strikes. We got Impact Squeeze coming up in a bit. Very excited for this game. We'll see. I believe it's a Lily Parrish day, maybe. One of the front runners for Pitcher of the Year against the Squeeze, the best offense in the FGCL. 2-2. Early on that, but it'll stay in foul ground. Looks like the Sea Cows have taken down the Skeeters on the other field. So the Sea Cows moved to 5 and 7. Skeeters dropped to 2 and 9. Powers looking to end it and get the win. Palante looking to start the Phinz here in the 7th. She waits. This will be a P1. 1 down. Now Faith Whitted, who's 0 for 1, laid down a really nice bunt that couldn't quite beat it out. It was well played by the catcher at the time, Velazquez. And strike 1. Oh, and 2. And a strikeout for Powers. And Avery Powers. First strikeout in relief, but she's been just pristine, minus a couple hits sprinkled around. And the last opportunity for the Phinz will be Franzen. Michaela Franzen has had a good day, 2 for 3. But this time it'll be caught over at short by Herber, and the Rodeo come back to win it 10-8 over the Phinz. Avery Powers gets the win. Amari Braden gets the loss. And with the victory, the Rodeo jumped to 8-5 on the summer. The Phinz will drop to 3-9. So the Rodeo sit in 5th place, locked into at least 5th. An impact loss to the Squeeze would move the Rodeo up to 4th right now. Great performance by Powers, and the home run, oh so critical in the late stages. The go-ahead 2-run shot by Lily Shivert. And now we wrap up with Impact Squeeze coming up in about 20 or so minutes. We got to reset everything. So we'll see you then. Have a great afternoon, everybody.